October 2016, Empties. I did go with a sweet and spicy month. First up is my Kringle Melts and Mulling Spices. And I did give this a 3 out of 10. Their official notes are cider, cinnamon, orange, clove, anise, tonka bean, and vanilla. And to me it smells like apples, apple cider, and spices. Then also I went through my little jar in the 3.7 ounce of Yankee Candles Spiced Pumpkin. This was a candle I received in a gift basket, and it did have a lot of oils at the top. So I did go ahead and burn it. It was a light throw. Their official is pumpkin, spices, clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And I always just call it fall goodness. I did give it a 3 out of 10. It burned nicely, self-extinguished. And there you can see it did burn and pull up that wax at the end. Also, I went through some votives in gingerbread maple, and I like to cut my votives up in 2, and then that way I get, 2 for the price of 1. I put these both in my bulb warmer and in my tea light. In my bulb, I got a 2 out of 10. In my tea light, a 7 out of 10. So it seems like they perform better in my tea light warmer. Their official is baking spices, cloves, touch, and maple. In mine, I got sweet with hint of spices and maple. But I do like gingerbread maple. It is becoming a fast favorite of mine. And I look forward to actually, smelling it and burning it and enjoying it. I also went through a 2-wick in the gingerbread maple. 4 out of 10. Some sooting, some wax residue, self-extinguished. And then I also went through a small tumbler. Again, a 4 out of 10. Some residue, not much sooting at all. And this was a 1-wick, self-extinguished. And it did go down to the metal, but you can see how much wax was left behind. Next up is my Kringle Pumpkin Frosting in the Melt. Again, this is becoming a fast favorite so much I just bought 2 more candles in it yesterday. But their official is Pumpkin Anise Cocoa Powder, Cotton Candy Crystals, Frosting, Caramel, and Vanilla. Me, it smells like pumpkin with cream cheese frosting. And I'm hooked on the cream cheese part. But I do like pumpkin frosting. It's a little off-putting when I first, smell it on cold, and then once I warm it up, it just gets so creamy and delicious that I really do like it. That was Kringle's Pumpkin Frosting. VCS, Vintage Chic Scents, in the Great Pumpkin Waffle Cone. This is in her huge flower shape, so I did cut it up and I got several melts out of it. Her notes are pumpkin layer cake with cream cheese frosting waffle cone, and mine is cream cheese and sweet pumpkin, 7 out of 10. Obviously, I'm enjoying these cream cheese scents, and I have a couple other ones with the pumpkin and cream cheese, so I look forward to melting them as well. Again, with Vintage Chic Scents in the Stanley Hotel. Harvest Type with Vanilla Bean at Noel. To me, it smelled like cinnamon, earthy, and spicy. I gave this a 7 out of 10. This was in her leaf shape. Is that going to focus? And I don't know, I probably got 4 melts out of it. And again, with a lot of my melts, I burn them between the tea light burner and the bulb warmer. My bulb warmer has a small cup, so I only can put so much in there. But usually I can get a throw from it, no problem. Bath & Body Works 3-wick. Now this is not the original lid. I kept it off another one. It had just a silver clean lid with their logo on it. Heirloom Pumpkin. I got this at the semi-annual sale at the tail end. There you can see their description. And basically pumpkin, fresh pumpkin, creamy nutmeg, and rich brown sugar. To me, this was earthy with sage and fresh pumpkin. 7 out of 10. I don't know if I would get it again. I don't know how much I like that earthy note. I did have to cotton ball it once. Again with some wax residue. Self-extinguished 3 wicks. And Mimi's Tart Sticky Licky Buns. I like this. A little light on cold, and then when I got it in my warmer, it just took off. 8 out of 10. And I don't know the official notes, but mine was cinnamon, sweet, and caramel. And it was really good. I believe I put this in my tea light warmer. And I wish I could have gotten another, probably 6 hours out of it, but it really, you know, when it extinguished, it was like, okay, you know, I'm starting to lose all that goodness out of it, but very well performing. Mainstays, apple pumpkin. You can pick these up at Walmart. This is in their half clamshell. 98 cents is usually what they run. You can get through it very quickly. So apple pumpkin. It's a soft wax. So, you know, you do struggle a little bit to pop it out, and you have to, you know, usually wash your hands afterwards. Apples with cinnamon and cider. I gave it a 7 out of 10, so not bad. Back to Vintage Chic Scents. The Elms. This was again in the leaf shape. This is out of a sampler I have of hers. And there we go. Her notes are rich pumpkin and Jackie O Supreme. Jackie O Supreme is a marshmallow birthday cake Noel. Something like that. I was trying to look on the descriptions. Mine is vanilla and sweet. And I don't know if I told you, but a 7 out of 10 was a throw on this. Again, mixed between both my tea light and bulb warmer. Lasting scent candles. Apple butter pound cake. 8 out of 10. I did like this. Her notes are pound cake blended with crisp apple, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. And mine was apples and a cherry tobacco, of all things to pick up. So maybe that is what kind of helps when you blend it with the apple. Her wax is soy. It is soft, but not hard. I just cut. They're meant to be done in one melt, but I do cut mine in half because my little bulb warmer won't hold the whole thing. So I just mix it in half, and I have no issues or problems doing that. Save Your Senses Fairy Frenzy. This I got in a Halloween sampler. Let me find it. Fairy Frenzy. It's supposed to be ripe fruits of... There we go. Apple, strawberry, lime, orange, plum, sugared violet. Mine is grape soda. It was strong. 9 out of 10. Little scent cup. I just turn it over and pop it out. And then I usually flip it back because there's just, most of these had a little design on the top. And that way, then when it goes in the freezer, the design's on top and it doesn't stick to my dish. I did melt it at the same time. I just pulled this out of my bag. This was a sample from Sugar Pop Candles and Orange Soda Fizz. Strong. So I turned off the bulb warmer of the Fairy Frenzy, and then this was in my tea light, and I just left it, you know, go with this. Then I turned back on my bulb warmer. 9 out of 10. Orange soda. I like fizzy notes. I like to get that effervescent note when I'm melting. Then I also did melt a Save Your Senses Batty Biscuit Cookies. Get in the little scent shot. And I gave it an 8 out of 10. Official notes are pumpkin, walnut, biscotti dipped in white chocolate. And mine was definitely that chocolate scent. Almost like Yankee Candle's chocolate covered apples, but without the apple. And more with a cookie note. And yeah, cookie is sweet. Also, I did go through this little sample Save Your Senses scent in pumpkin cupcake. And it was just a teeny little thing. So I did put it in my bulb warmer, and it did throw. It was sweet and just a sweet note. I didn't put anything down on it, but that is what it looked like. You can tell it's just a little thing. My new order I got from Kringle off their new line Country Candle. This is a Daylight in Pumpkin Harvest. Their official is top of spices, mid of sweet and cream, and base is baked. And mine was pumpkin, cinnamon, hint of sweetness. I gave it a 6 out of 10. When I first lit it, I had to lean over the candle to smell it, and then it did start to throw a little bit. And definitely a good fall scent. Self-extinguished. You see there. A little bit of wax though at the bottom. Box of tea lights by Yankee. They just kind of add a little touch of scent when you're melting your wax in your tea light warmer. So I did get through a box of my Yankee candle. Next up, I also got through this little box. They were unscented of pumpkin lights. They were in a box I've had for years, and you can see there I paid 10 cents. I just pulled them out and figured I'd just get through them. They were very old, but they performed well. No scent, but they did last 6 to 7 hours as a candle for my warmer. My Fuddy Duddies. Yankee candles. Candy corn party. Let me move this stuff a little bit. So my Yankee Candle candy corn candles. I had that party because what happened, I had put some in my theme for the month, and I smelled the one and I said, wow, this is so weak. And I have a lot of them. So I just, broke them all out with the exception of one, which I still have, which is this one that's a newer one. And I just figured I'd hold on to it. We'll see how it performs next year. Yankee Candle does not give an official description. They just put sweet scent of candy corn as a fond reminder of Halloween. My votives were a dud, but my jars I did give a 4 out of 10 at best. But I did enjoy it. It was beautiful ambiance. I had a good time doing it. I've never burned that many candles at once. Had to keep a very close eye on it because a lot of them did soot and threw the black smoke up, which, you're like, oh my gosh, my walls, my ceiling. These three were, I would say, the worst performing of them. I did have them in various holders. Some were open, some were in a holder. But you can see, if I can get the lid off there, the soot. My goodness, look at that soot. So most of these did do that with the Raven. They're all 2015 pours, with the exception of my new one, 2015. Even the Bony Bunch ones. Again, on that one, a lot of wax bits at the end. Most of these I left self-extinguished. Some I was just tired of the sooting and just, kind of put them out and was done with it. This was the only one poured in 2016. And it was cute when it was lit at night because you could actually see the flame flicker through the, tinted glass. And it was just barely flickering. You could see it. And so I did like that. That was cute. But with the darker colored glass, you can't really tell if it's sooting or not until you blow it out, and it's not going to really pick it up, but there is soot in there, but it just didn't soot as bad, it seems like, as the orange jars. There's the Bony Bunch ones, again with some sooting. I think no, this one did self-extinguish. And last is this one. Again, some sooting, some wax rings. So I love candy corn, but they just don't seem to be as well as they were in years past. Hopefully Yankee Candle works on that. I would hate to see it discontinued. It was like this one for this year. I had to go to Bed Bath & Beyond to get it. They did not have it in their retail stores. And you couldn't buy it online. So I don't know the story behind that. Last up, put that all back. My soap Empties. The Halloween Web of Lies Citrus Buried Alive is a nice berry. It says cranberries, pomegranates, wild berry musk. To me, it's just a nice berry note. Pumpkin cranberry cider. Juicy cranberries, gingered pumpkin, and creamy sandalwood. I'm really enjoying that this fall season. Sunlight and apple trees. I knew there was one I had gotten last year, and I said, oh, if I see it again, don't let me get it, and I got it. This was pretty much the same as that one last year. Can't remember the name of it, though. Crisp apple, autumn quince, and white birchwood. I got through it, but I don't know, something about probably the birchwood that just adds that extra cologne touch, perfume note, that I just don't like to have linger on my hands. And then a pumpkin butter nourishing pumpkin berry crumble that I used in my powder room. That was very nice. I also have this in foaming. So I did enjoy my soap, especially my Halloween ones, because it's just a nice festive touch to have at your kitchen sink. That is it for October. I am burning some additional things right now. It is almost Halloween, so I am trying to get through some of my stuff that came in this month. So I'm just going to have another, mini weekly wax melt video on that, just so I can include that kind of, at the end of the month. All right. Thanks for watching.